Hey everybody, it's me, who is Lucci, and today I'm here with Devstacks, and we're going to be asking a couple questions and getting to know him.
Appreciate you for having me.
Okay, so a lot of people assume that you're from Boston, and today I found out that you're not from Boston. So where are you from?
I'm actually from Springfield, Massachusetts.
Springfield.
Yeah, I'm always in Boston though, in like the Worcester area, so that's probably why people think that. Yeah.
How do you feel like you fit in with the energy of Springfield, like especially with like their scene musically? How do you feel like it represents you or you represent that?
I like Springfield and that whole music scene. They're on like they're more like on like NBA Youngboy, like hood music type shit. So I feel like I'm really like a pioneer, like making my own lane in the type of music I've been doing. Cause like there's probably me and like a couple other people on the underground type shit, like type vibe that I am. So, and like a lot of my fans really are more in like the Boston area. So that's also why people probably think I'm from there too.
Yeah. But cool. Yeah, cool. Do you work with anybody locally from Springfield? Is there anybody that you have like found that's kind of on the same wave as you or like in the same lane?
Yeah, so my only like one other person. Like he's a producer, his name's Avery on the beat. He's produced for like Lil TJ, Soulja Boy. I started like making beats with him when I was a senior in high school, I think. But yeah, he's mad cool, and he's really talented too.
So you said a senior in high school. So how old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Okay, cool. So like not being from Boston, how do you feel like the city has kind of accepted you and like brought you into the scene? Because I know you just performed in Boston, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I know that you did a show in Worcester too. So how do you feel like it's been being not from there and having a lot of people kind of accept you and root for you in a city that you're not from?
It feels really good, to be honest. It's like I found like another home, low key, and like I fuck with how it's all local too, like local love, and I don't really see that in like in my hometown Springfield, but Boston shows me a lot of love, you know. Worcester shows me a lot of love, so that's why I'm always out there. I got a lot of friends there too.
Yeah, that's super cool. So outside of locally, who are some people that you've worked with, like from the underground scene, that you could say like you really enjoyed working with?
Of course, Rich Amiri, Surge. I gotta get some shit with Zay Skills too. Zay Skills is mad cool. He just sent me a pack like before I got here. Oh, my boy Lebanon, 617 Lebanon. He's hard too. I just made a song with him like the other day. I produced. Yeah,
I found out that you're a producer too not too long ago. That's super cool.
Yeah, I started out producing before I rapped.
When did you start producing?
I want to say 2015, I think, but like back then I really wasn't taking it serious. So like I just got Fruity Loops. That's like what I make beats on. Mm-hmm. My mom might have bought it for me back in the day, to be honest. Or I probably, yeah, facts, for real.
Shout out to supportive moms, that's fire.
She's very supportive. Yeah, so I downloaded Fruity Loops. Like the first beats I was making were terrible. I'm not even gonna lie.
Who in your first steps of producing was like your inspiration to start that?
So like there was this producer, his name's SK. I always shout him out too, cause like he's like one of the reasons why I started like making beats. I don't even know how I found out I think like it was just he had like a lot of local clout at the time. And then like I went on his SoundCloud, and he's how I found out about like Playboi Carti, Lil Uzi Vert, cause he already produced for these guys, and he was living like in my city. A lot of the beats he was making, I was like, yo, these beats go crazy. Oh yeah, he was producing for Chief Keef too. And then I eventually, I got Fruity Loops and I started making my own shit. And then I ended up connecting with him. Like I just wanted to work with anyone at the time, and like I just shot my shot trying to work with him, and then he basically accepted me. And then I went over to his studio and we were like making shit there, and he was like teaching me shit like along the way, like that I've known him. He doesn't live in the city no more though. He moved. I think he's in Atlanta now. But he's a big reason why I started.
So outside of locally, I've seen that you've worked with a couple like bigger artists, and I wanted to know who are your favorite artists that you've worked with that you could say you're really proud of getting those placements.
Word. So the biggest one actually happened like this year. It was like when Lil Tecca hit me up, and I ended up being included in his little Angels group or whatever. And then he sent some beats over, and I hopped on one. I Can't Lose. I made a song. So yeah, that song means a lot to me. But other than that, probably like Autumn and Summers. And I produced a song for Midwxst. That shit's on my latest tape. Now They Know Us Too. I really like that song a lot.
Cool. So I peeped on your SoundCloud that you had produced a song that was a diss to Comethazine. So how did that come about? That's not something that just happens like out of nowhere. How did that happen?
I don't really want to get too deep into that though. But I guess like Summers and Comethazine was beefing at the time. This was like 2019, I think. 2018. I don't really remember the year. But they was beefing, and I guess Autumn had hopped into the beef, and this is like around the time I started like talking to Autumn and shit. So I sent him a pack of beats or whatever, and then he eventually hopped on one, and he made the diss.
Right. Said what he had to say. Just used your beats. Said what he had to say. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, I'm staying all the way out of that.
I'm not.
It. Yeah. No, for sure. Mm-hmm. But I mean,
it's old
placement. And I mean, it's old, but
yeah,
still,
it's
like,
old beef. But like,
right.
they probably like they don't even care about it anymore.
Yeah. It's still cool to have your name attached to something like that, though. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
pretty funny.
So, also going back to your SoundCloud, what is your favorite song that you have out on there? Because I know that you have a lot of plays on SoundCloud.
Probably Vivian Soldier. I love the songs that I produce for myself, because it's like you're hearing everything like from me. Like right. The beat is by me, the flow, the lyrics, all that. So it's just like what you're hearing is Dev. Like that's a perfect example of a Dev song, like that right there.
Super organic. It's just all from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope.
Can't Switch Up, Heartbreaker, obviously, and then a song that I produced for somebody that I fuck with a lot.
That's a good thing to say in itself, though, to just have a bunch of songs to pick from. That's really cool.
I do fuck with this one. I sent this beat over to my boy Cliff. His name's Rockstar Cliff. And then he got Autumn on that song too. And that's probably one of my favorite songs I've ever produced, because I love that beat a lot. And then they both did their thing on that shit. That shit goes crazy.
Who would you say is your dream collab? Like, you'd get anything to work with this person.
Probably Chief Keef or Pierre Bourne.
Okay, cool.
Those guys are big inspirations for me.
So you spend a lot of time making music. You write music, you record music, you produce music. So outside of music, what is something that you love to do? Like, I want to know what outside of music is something that makes you so happy. Like, what are your hobbies?
I could say like I'm really like a geek on the inside. Like I love like watching Marvel movies. I love movies in general.
Did you watch the new Spider-Man?
Hell yeah, of course I did.
Please do not ruin it, because
I won't. I hate spoilers.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm about to see it tomorrow. I can't wait any longer though.
Yeah, I gotta see it again, to be honest. So
yeah,
it was fire.
A lot of my friends cried, so I just know I'm about to bawl my eyes out. But that's cool. So you're into Marvel movies. What else?
Like I said, just like movies in general. I got two moods though. Like half of me, like I love being alone and like just being a homebody, but like I also like just going out and having fun with my friends and shit.
Right.
Like just doing stupid shit with my boys like back home and shit.
So do you spend a lot of time in Springfield?
Kinda. I'm there like on weekdays I'm back home, but like every weekend I'm out doing some shit like with my friends or take a trip somewhere. Like I was just in New York a couple days ago.
So the song that I heard first from Dev, I'm not gonna lie, was Vivian Soldier. I really love that song, and I seen that you had dropped some really cool merch to go along with that, which I fuck with that a lot. How do you feel like your music and your merch and just fashion in general all coexist? Like I obviously see that fashion is like a big thing to you. So how do you feel like all of these things coexist in your life and you make them all come together?
Fashion's like really important to me because I'm always like thinking about not to sound like conceited or anything, but like I'm always like thinking about how I look and like the things I put on. And I've always been a fan of like the fashion world since I was like in high school, I believe. I think that's when I talk about that shit a lot in my songs, like the stuff I be wearing and shit. And me and my boy Tony, he's the one over at Corrupt Kid.
I was gonna mention that also too. Like Corrupt Kid, I see that you're in a lot of photos with him, and like you do wear a lot of his clothes, which I think is super cool. And he makes a lot of really cool things. So
hell
yeah, that's awesome. How did you guys like become affiliated?
So me and Tony started being friends in 2019. It's kind of funny how we ended up talking. I was actually on stage with Lil Tracy, and Tony was in the crowd, I guess. And then he hit me up on Instagram after, and like we were just chopping it up or whatever, and he was asking me like, do I want to shoot for him? I was like, yeah, sure. And this is like back when like niggas weren't really like known or anything. Like Tony like just started his brand and shit.
Right. I've actually been following him for a very long time. I remember like some of his first drops, and that's so cool to see like how far he's come, and like to see that you've been there through the whole thing is really cool too.
Hell yeah, me and him always talk about that shit. Like I remember he told me to make a song for like a promo vid or something, and then that's when the inspiration for Now They Know Us came from. Cause like me and him was like just I made an Instagram post about this too. I was like, me and Tony, man, we was just like mad broke. We just didn't really know what we were doing with me with music, him with clothes, and then like look where we are now. Right. Like now they know us and shit.
Okay, so speaking about how passionate you are with fashion, I seen that you had dropped your first like merch bundle with these balaclavas and some shirts for the Vivian Soldier. I thought that was really cool. Do you have anything to say about that? How were you inspired to do that? What was your thought process and the thinking behind all of that?
I don't know. I can't really remember. I think it was like me and Tony were just talking like, oh, I think it would be cool. Like I told him, I think it would be cool if like we had some exclusive merch at this next show. And then like the Vivian Soldier shit. Like I love Vivian Westwood. That's why I made like the song Vivian Soldier and like kind of ran with it. And like a lot of the fans have been fucking with that shit too. So I was like, fuck it, let's just put that shit on some masks and a shirt. And then now like after we like sold out of that shit, we have like I gotten a ton of DMs, and he has too, of like people asking for the masks. Like, when are you guys restocking? I don't know if we're gonna restock or anything, but I definitely want to drop more merch soon. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that was my next question is, do you plan on dropping more merch with your next song drops? And do you have any ideas on what they would be like or anything like that? What can we look forward to as far as merch goes?
That could be a possibility. I got like Vivi Soldier Part 2 coming out pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah, actually Baby Santana's about to be on that shit too.
Oh, okay. Cool. You heard it here.
Yeah, it's like the first time I've spoken about that.
HipHopFlex exclusive. So looking into the future, we can expect or hope to expect some more really cool merch from Devstacks. And as far as music goes and plans for the future, what else do we have to look forward from you?
I'm just gonna be more consistent this year. I got some pretty dope features coming in too. Like I've been working with Midwxst lately. Baby Santana, like I said. I got some shit with Surge coming. Got some shit with my boy Jades. And then there's just gonna be a lot of more possibilities for this next year.
I see a little tattoo on your wrist, and I'm trying to get the Devstacks tattoo tour. So do you have any other tattoos? Is that the only one? What is it?
Nah, yeah.
Let's see them all.
So I got this one. It's like my favorite one. There's some cherub angels.
Cool.
And like I got this because like it kind of represents my music a lot, like the angelic flow type shit. And then this was like my first tat. I don't even know why I got this shit so big. But yeah, got my mom's name here with some roses, some birds and shit.
Again, shout out moms. That's 2 times
Shout
in
out
the interview.
moms. But she was very upset when I showed her.
Really?
I was 18 though, so I was like,
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, but and then I got this shit on my stomach, the Anarchy A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that shit hurt.
Yeah, that shit hurt like a bitch.
I know that did not feel good.
Yeah, it felt like dude was like just torturing me like with a knife or some shit like in my stomach. I got up off the table and the shit was just full of sweat. Nah, I do want another one on my stomach though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I feel like those are hard. And then when I start working out, gotta get some shit on my chest.
Everybody says that. All guys are like, yeah, when I start going to the gym, I'm gonna be covered in tattoos. Like, just get the tattoos, man.
I don't know. I got a bird chest, so.
Nah, I feel that. Okay, cool. So obviously you're using art in itself as like a self-expression kind of thing. I love the tattoos, the music, all of it is great. Do you have any other outlets that you feel like are helpful with like self-expression and just being yourself? You have any other things that you like doing that make Dev?
I just like taking time, like some alone time, just so I could take everything in and just think and plot and shit, like, and plan.
When is your birthday?
I'm a Virgo. So
oh my goodness. Why? Okay, cool. No, that's a great sign to be. Honestly, I have 3 best friends that are Virgos, so that's really cool.
Yeah, I got the same birthday as Kobe Bryant.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. How do you feel like you're excited for the future? What is like your next 5 years looking like in your head?
Yeah, so I want to move. Like I'm not sure where I want to move though, but somewhere warm. I think somewhere peaceful. But like close enough to where I could still be working and doing shit I want to do. I also obviously want to have a lot of money in the bank, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to in the near future?
I really want to start getting back on my producing shit. I want to produce for a lot of more people in the underground scene. I got a couple shows lined up. I got possibly some shit in January, but I'm booked for some shit in February in Boston. Autumn's supposed to hop out there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Surge, Richard Mary, a few other guys.
Awesome. So Devstacks, where do you want people to find you? Where do you want people to stream your music? What are your favorite outlets? Where can we find you?
I'm Devstacks on everything. On my socials is DevstacksX. I'm a SoundCloud boy. Like,
okay.
Always been a SoundCloud boy. So, but I'm on all plats. So,
fire.
Anywhere you wanna listen to my music, iTunes, TikTok.
Okay, everyone. So y'all heard it here first. I'm Luis Lucci. This is Devstacks coming at you live from HipHopFlex, and do not forget to flex. Bye.